There is a framework making the rounds right now that might be the most useful mental model for understanding what AI is about to do to every industry on Earth. It maps out 5 levels of AI takeover, from level 0, where humans do everything, to level 5, where a domain is completely solved and humans just consume the output like tap water. The uncomfortable truth is that every industry is somewhere on this ladder right now, and most people have no idea which rung they are standing on. Today, we are going to walk through all 5 levels, show you real examples of each, and help you figure out where your job sits and what to do about it. Level 0 is where most of the world still operates, and it is called the muddle for a reason. At this stage, nobody even agrees on what success looks like. Decisions get made based on gut feeling, office politics, or whoever makes the best PowerPoint presentation. The data is messy or non-existent. Every success feels like a lucky accident because there is no system, just vibes. Think about corporate strategy in most companies. One executive thinks success means market share. Another thinks it means profit margin. A third is focused on headcount growth. There is no scoreboard, no agreed metric, nothing to optimize against. AI cannot help here, not because the technology is insufficient, but because there is no clear target to aim at. You cannot train a system when you cannot even define what winning looks like. The uncomfortable truth about level 0 is that it includes far more industries than people realize. Most of management consulting, most of government policy, most of hiring, these are still deeply stuck in the muddle. And they will stay there until someone has the courage to define a measurable target. Level 1 is the first step towards sanity. We still do not know how to solve the problem, but we have agreed on what we are measuring. We build scoreboards. We instrument the process. For the first time, we can see who is actually winning. Sales is a good example. The moment companies started recording calls and tracking conversion rates, they moved from level 0 to level 1. They could not automate selling yet, but they could see which salespeople were closing deals and which were not. AI at this stage acts as a referee, collecting data, surfacing patterns, showing you the baseline. Level 2 is where playbooks emerge. Because we can now measure success, the best performers start documenting what works. We get standard operating procedures, checklists, repeatable processes. The work is still manual, but it is consistent. Commercial aviation is the classic level 2 industry. Pilots follow rigorous pre-flight checklists. They do not wing it. The process is standardized enough that safety is predictable. AI assists with templates and auto-completion. Think of smart spell check for an entire domain. Most white-collar work right now sits somewhere between level 1 and level 2. We have the scoreboards. We are writing the playbooks. And this is precisely the moment when things start accelerating. Level 3 is where everything changes. This is the inflection point, the moment the checklists from level 2 get converted into code. AI agents start executing the majority of routine tasks. The grunt work gets handed to the machine. Modern call centers are already here. You talk to a chatbot or voice AI first. It handles the easy problems, resetting passwords, checking balances, processing returns. If your problem is genuinely complex, it escalates to a human. The human has shifted from doing the work to managing the exceptions. They are no longer an operator. They are a supervisor. This is the level that is going to hit most knowledge workers in the next 2 to 3 years. Legal research, financial analysis, medical diagnostics, software testing, content creation, all of these are either at level 3 or rapidly approaching it. The pattern is always the same. AI handles the volume, humans handle the edge cases. The key insight is that at level 3, your value as a professional shifts dramatically. You are no longer paid for what you know. You are paid for your judgment in situations the AI has not seen before. If your entire job can be reduced to a checklist, you are about to be replaced by the checklist running on a server. Level 4 is where the market fundamentally restructures. This is the economic flip, the point where buyers stop hiring humans entirely for a given task. Instead, they purchase verified outcomes from a system. The unit economics of AI permanently beat human-only methods. It is no longer cost-effective to hire a person to do this job from scratch. Factory assembly lines crossed this threshold decades ago. We do not hire artisans to hand-build cars anymore. We buy the outcome, a working car, from an automated system. Humans in these environments are auditors and architects, ensuring the machine runs safely and efficiently. In the knowledge economy, tax preparation is approaching level 4. Basic accounting is approaching level 4. Radiology reading for common conditions is approaching level 4. The pattern is clear. Any task that is high volume, well-defined, and has a measurable quality standard will get industrialized. The human role at level 4 is genuinely important, but it is very different from what it was. You are not doing the work. You are designing the system that does the work, and you are auditing its output. The prestige shifts from the person who can do the thing to the person who built the system that does the thing. Level 5 is the endgame. The domain is solved. It has moved from the realm of genius to the realm of logistics. If you want more output, you just plug in more servers. Multiple providers can deliver perfect results, so they compete purely on price. The service becomes as boring and reliable as electricity from a wall socket. Gene sequencing is the textbook example. 20 years ago, sequencing a human genome was a billion-dollar moonshot requiring the world's best scientists. Today, you mail a saliva kit to a lab, machines do the rest, and you get results for $100. It is fast, cheap, standardized, and requires zero human genius to execute. It is a utility. The list of domains approaching level 5 is growing. Basic translation, simple image recognition, spam filtering, route optimization. These are problems that are effectively solved. You just buy the output as a service and never think about how it works. The profound implication of level 5 is this. When a domain gets solved, the interesting question stops being how do we do this and becomes what should we do with this. The human contribution shifts entirely from execution to direction, from doing to deciding. So here is the practical framework. Look at your job, your industry, your business, and ask yourself honestly, which level am I on? First takeaway, if you are at level 0 or 1, your job is not at immediate risk, but your industry is about to be disrupted by whoever defines the scoreboard first. The person who sets the metric controls the game. Be that person. Second takeaway, if you are at level 2 or 3, you are in the danger zone. Your playbooks are about to become code. Do not fight this, get ahead of it. Become the person who builds the automated system, not the person who follows the checklist it replaces. Third takeaway, the biggest career mistake you can make right now is clinging to execution skills in a world that is rapidly commoditizing execution. The scarce skill is not doing the work. The scarce skill is knowing which work is worth doing. Direction, judgment, taste, the ability to aim the machine at the right problem. Every industry is climbing this ladder. The only question is how fast, and whether you are climbing with it or standing still while it rises beneath you.